Hey guys, this is Ted, Engage BDR CEO. I wanted to introduce Andy here, and I want to talk a little bit about incremental opportunity, stuff that's incremental to our business today, and it might be a huge value to what you guys are doing, and maybe we can make some money together.
We've got some opportunities with the female 30 plus audience right now in the US. Ted will elaborate a little bit on it, but basically, almost overnight, we became unsaturated in terms of placement, in terms of inventory available for that specific demographic, which opens up a lot of opportunity for people that did want to get into that space back when we were fully sold out of our inventory. There's a lot of competition now. It's easy to get in and pull off a successful campaign. CPM rates dropped across the board. You don't have to worry about competing, getting into bidding wars with other display affiliates. It's a pretty good place to be right now. It's a good time to buy.
That's great, and I think that we sent out some communication. We sent out a few communications to our list, just kind of inviting people, saying, "Hey, 30 plus women U.S. That audience is wide open." We did that last month and the month before, I believe, and we had a really good response for that. People are bringing us things that are incremental to us, which basically means campaigns that we may not be running right now, but which we might have run in the past that we have experience with, and just some stuff that that we're not currently doing that we love to do, just being really creative. And this kind of stems from what happened a couple months ago, and there's been a lot of chatter. It was right after ad tech. There was we were running a lot of health and beauty at the time, and some of these clients that we were working with were approached by the Florida Attorney General, and the Florida Attorney General basically was doing a sweep for uncompliant health and beauty campaigns, very specifically going to ad networks like AOL, et cetera, and having certain verticals completely banned. I think AOL was banned for beauty or something like that, and basically we decided overnight as a preemptive strike. Obviously, we didn't. We had to protect our business and our clients. That we really didn't want to be in any of those businesses at the time. So we took down basically all health and beauty. We we brought health and beauty back recently, and the folks that we're working with are very compliant. We have a council review and their council review and everything like that. So that's working out well, and we're basically we're still rejecting clients that are in those verticals that are uncompliant. But there's a lot of opportunity for people, to test things and be very creative. It's a good time right now, just because CPMs are low. Those campaigns that were uncompliant were the ones that were saturating of the inventory across the internet, across all ad networks and publishers specifically, and most of them are gone. So if you look around, you don't see a lot of them anymore, and so that kind of dropped the pricing across the board. So we're seeing a lot of good traction with new types of campaigns, and we just kind of want to invite more folks to come in and test more things, because time is ripe and CPMS are pretty low. And it's very interesting because this time of year usually CPMs start growing, because you as start entering Q3 and then Q4, and you have agency demand overwhelming and things like that. But we're finding that the rates are much lower than they were even in Q1 right now. So it's
Yeah,
great.
for example, we have some placements that have had rates cut as much as 40%. Campaigns that, once were teetering between profitable and unprofitable are now actually able to make some sort of return on investment, which is pretty huge. And it's not, the typical health and beauty stuff that you always see across a lot of these sites. It's very unique campaigns, background check stuff, auto insurance, lead gen, downloads, toolbar campaigns. Like it varies. Pretty much anything in that female 30 plus vertical has started working better for the most part. Additionally, we also have some incremental opportunities available in the UK right now as well. What's happened recently in the UK with many of the advertisers, I know a lot of affiliates out there have also told me this too. Every affiliate network and advertiser that they had been working with previously, earlier this year was able to do thousands of sales a day. Cap wasn't an issue. And then pretty much like at the beginning of February and at beginning to middle of February, there started becoming a shortage, I guess you could say, of cap on these offers, and it's because of credit card processing issues in the UK. So as far as the health and beauty space goes, we've got a ton of traffic for that in the UK. And if you have cap on an offer, if you own an offer yourself, or for that matter, if you have anything in a similar vertical that would work with the same demo, we've got traffic. We can do thousands of sales a day. We're unable to sell a lot of it just because of the limited cap that these advertisers have.
Yeah, so there's a lot of processing issues, specifically in the UK, that we're all kind of, we've been hit with overnight. There's been a lot of challenges related to, just demand in general across women 30 plus, not just in the US, but I guess in the UK too, and some other countries. It's the same thing happens every year. Processing, merchants lose their processing, or they get hit with lots of chargebacks. But right now, I think what's happening is there's some banks in the UK that are initiating chargebacks on behalf of the card holders, and that kind of happened in Australia with Commonwealth Bank of Australia a couple of years ago. I think they're still doing it, and there's some banks in the UK participating in that kind of thing, which is basically fraud, but it affects all the merchants, and they can't buy as much media because of chargebacks and that kind of thing. So if there's if you have campaigns that are running on that same audience that are not potentially health and beauty, or even if they are in the UK and other markets, it's good. It's a good place to try because the CPMs are really low there. Again, UK has generally been pretty expensive just because of currency and their audience and their markets are much healthier than ours are from a media standpoint. It's a smaller audience and they get more money for their traffic, but it's a good place right now. A lot of things you can test. We're doing quite a few of new types of campaigns when we opened up the doors to, hey, let's run other things on this audience, and we're finding that everyone's pretty receptive, and you're able to test a lot more things right now because it's just cheaper. It's a good time to test when things are cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. So additionally, other incremental opportunities that we have outside of the UK and the US, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden, all those geos are great. Traffic typically there is pretty outrageously expensive, especially in like the Nordic and Scandinavian countries. Up until recently, there were a bunch of trial offers that were out there that were kind of dominating and taking all the traffic. Recently, those offers went down. Trial, health, beauty, biz op stuff. So that traffic is wide open as well. So we can do a lot of damage there. Small countries, not a ton of volume available, but usually converts well and is super profitable every time we've ever ran it.
That's great. And basically, if you have any questions or any thoughts, you want to connect with us direct, feel free. My email is ted@engagebdr.com, and you can reach Andy.
Andy at engagebdr.com.
Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much.